Hello, comrades, and welcome to another episode of Ushanka Show, stories about life in the Soviet Union. My name is Sergei Sputnikov, and back in 1971 I was born in the USSR. Меня зовут Сергей Спутников, и я родился в Советском Союзе. So Ushanka Show is in the house! That means we have another long and boring video about life in the Soviet Union. So recently I posted this picture on my YouTube community page, and it drew a lot of comments and a lot of quite silly comments. And I asked people if they can recognize me in this photo, and surprise, surprise, pretty much everyone pointed out correctly that I'm a little kid to the left of our babysitter, I guess you can call her. And while reading and answering comments, I realized, my goodness, there's actually a lot to talk about this photo, because, the devil is in details. I think that's the expression. So today I would like to make another long and boring video, and would look at this photo, kind of close-up look, and discuss a couple interesting moments that I noticed for myself for the very first time. According to my mother's handwriting, this picture was taken in December of 1973, and she wrote that I was 2 years and 5 months old. So December 1970, right before New Year celebration of 1974. So that's kind of nice thing that my mom wrote. So at least we have kind of reference at the time frame. So 1973, my parents were married just over 3 years, still stuck in the dormitory in that little tiny room that we had to share with another family. This daycare was located very close, less than 5-minute walk from our dormitory, so that was very convenient for my parents. And I actually managed to locate the building. If you see, this is the front of this brick building and the windows match. So our daycare was located on the first floor and above there were apartments. A while back I made several videos about my Soviet childhood. I'm not sure how many of you guys watched those videos, but I talked about difference between ясли и детский сад. When I tried to use Google and translate word ясли into English, it gave me this weird word manger or manger. I never heard of it. I kind of thinking it's more like nursery. So kids from 3 months old, that's pretty much when their Soviet декретный отпуск, so that vacation to take care of your kid like during pregnancy and after you give a birth. At 3 months, that's when the mothers had to go back to work. So they gave their kids to yasli, so to the nursery. And yasli had children from 3 months old till 3-year-old. Yasli. After a kid turned 3, he would be transferred to детский сад. So that's your kindergarten. And from 3 till 7, because we went to school when we turned 7. We didn't have anything like that, preschool or anything like that. So you go to yasli, nursery, then you get transferred to kindergarten, and then when you turn 7, you go to school to the first grade. So детский сад is a kindergarten, and yasli is a nursery. So here you're looking at the yasli group. Every kid is under 3-year-old. And I don't know if any of you counted how many children. I counted 20. So this lady, she was busy. Can you imagine to keep an eye on 20 kids under 3-year-olds? Like they all look about the same. So we're probably all about between 2 and 3-year-old children. Well, this picture is obviously staged. So there was an appointment for a photographer to come and take a group photo. And that's why most of us wear white socks. So that's kind of like to look more presentable, and girls wearing bows in their hair. So that was the, people doing a little money on the side. Photographers, making an agreement with parents and with the daycare or nursery in this case that, hey, if you guys want a group picture, I can show up on such day and take photos of you. So that's our group photo in December of 1973. I believe this silly picture was taken on the same day by the same photographer. There's your comrade Serежа. I guess I hit my head on something because I got that dark spot on my forehead. It's also visible on the other picture, but here it's the same shirt I wear, same mark on my forehead, and the girl to my right, she is on the far right on the main picture. And if you pay attention, you look closely, you could tell I'm a lefty because I'm having a spoon in my left hand while the girl next to me, she's holding a spoon in her right hand. So I'm a lefty kid who got retaught to write with my right hand. So yeah, right here you could see I have exactly the same spot on my forehead. And here's the girl that was sitting right next to me during the lunch, helping herself with soup. Another super cute detail about this picture, you could tell this lady, she was like a Margaret Thatcher, Iron Lady with iron fist, because every single kid has his hands on his laps. Руки на колени. That's a classic order when you want children to be still and sit and listen. You put your hands on your knees, and this is how this picture was taken. Everyone has hands on their knees. I noticed that, I was like, oh my goodness, I forgot that part. Руки на колени. Behind us, you could see a bunch of brass, I assume headboards and footboards. So that's where our beds, because when you're little, you need to take a nap, at least one, maybe two. So they will push those beds towards the wall so we can play. In this case, take the picture, and then when it's nap time, our daycare lady with helpers will set up beds all over the room, and then we'll take a nap. Some of you may notice there was not a single smile on any of 20 faces, including mine. That was just not in our culture. We never smiled for photos, and in fact later on I found quite disturbing and kind of almost stupid to see pictures. Usually the only photos we'll see where Americans smile a lot is American astronauts. It's a classic big grin. And I explain in my book, American Diaries 1995, that actually I got in trouble when I came to Michigan to work in a summer camp. The people reported on me because they thought that I'm extremely weird, unfriendly, because I never smiled to anyone. So actually I got called into the camp director office, and he talked to me about it, that I must smile because I make people uncomfortable. And quite a few people noticed and commented on the pictures on the wall. I don't remember which cartoon is on the right, but on the left, Wolf and a Rabbit, that's the famous Soviet cartoon Ну погоди. Ну погоди, I would say, is like a Soviet version of Tom and Jerry. It's pretty much a wolf chasing a rabbit and getting in different situations. If you're curious, these cartoons are available on YouTube. You really don't need any translation. It's pretty much just a bunch of sounds and a wolf screaming "Ну погоди" every time he can't catch the rabbit. And also quite a few people noticed that wolf has a cigarette in his mouth. It's actually not a cigarette, it's a papyrus. He's kind of part of his image. We're talking about 70s. And this cartoon had a lot of smoking on the part of Wolf, who was like a bad boy, besides trying to eat poor rabbit. I wish I could find out how these kids are doing these days. I mean, they're all 50-year-olds, just like me. And to find out how their lives turn out, I hope they're all still alive. I don't know about our babysitter, probably not, because picture was taken 47 years ago. She there in her maybe late 20s, so she'll be pushing 70, over 70-year-old. I noticed at least 3 to 4 kids look Jewish, so they probably immigrated after it was allowed for Jewish people to leave the Soviet Union. Otherwise, I can only guess. They got married, got kids, got divorced. Who knows? But that'll be great if that'll be possible to find their names and find what they're up to right now. And just a quick reminder before we finish. Daycare in the Soviet Union wasn't free. People had to pay to take their kids to kindergarten or yasli, nursery. It wasn't as expensive as here in the Soviet Union, about 7 rubles per month, and it's including meals, and pretty much from early morning from 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. So it was affordable, but still it wasn't free. Well, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this a little bit long and a little bit boring video, but I thought maybe it would be interesting for some of you to learn a couple of these small details about growing up in the Soviet Union. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you soon. До свидания. Goodbye. Is available at the Ushanka store at teespring.com. Just a friendly reminder that my book American Diaries is available on Amazon.com, or shoot me an email if you would like to have a signed copy. Thank you. And if you love my channel and would like to show your support, please click on the link below this video and become the patron of the Ushanka Show. For as little as $1, you can help us grow and create the new interesting videos about the life in Soviet Union.